it is still on the wrong side. G'day. You may have seen my previous video where I added a decal to the rear window to indicate the car's got a 6-speed manual transmission. The second thing I'm going to do to it is under the hood, actually under the bonnet, we're in Australia, come on. It's very easy. It's not necessarily cheap for what it is, and it's something Ford should have done out of the factory because it would have cost them absolute all. Gotta love the gas struts, huh? Be a good time to roll this out. This is a Fender cover. I got this 2.5 years ago actually off eBay. It's an official Ford licensed product and it's really handy for putting over your fenders or any painted surface. So when you're leaning over it, you're not rubbing up against it, scratching it. Particularly if you're wearing belts or anything, you know, there's studs or something on your jeans or your pants, and you certainly don't want to risk that. So that was $55. I just went to their eBay site a couple of days ago, and they're still $55, and it comes from Eagle Auto Parts in Dandenong, down there in Melbourne. So always handy to have. One really good thing with the all-new Mustang in Australia is we get the strut tower brace fitted as standard, which didn't happen on the previous generation Mustangs. So you'd be spending anywhere between $600 to $800 in the aftermarket to get one, depending on the type and the brand and where you purchased it from. So that sort of softens the blow on the $12,000 price increase. However, it looks a little bit naked, don't you think? What Ford should have done was put a badge on it. So what I'm going to do is fit an aftermarket plate to it. This comes from Anchor Room in the US. The plates themselves aren't that expensive. They start at $50 US and go up to about $85 US, but the shipping is horrendous. Like you've got to be really keen to want one. I just took advantage of the fact that I was in the US at the time and domestic shipping was either free or not much. Just got it sent to my hotel. So they come very well packaged. They're in they come in one of these cardboard mailer tubes with bubble wrap at either end, so there's no chance of it bending, which is really, really good. I'm going to be using Gyeon Prep. The Prep is good for removing oil and wax residues, and I'll follow that up with some rubbing alcohol. This is basically IPA, but it's sort of watered down, so it's not quite as harsh on painted surfaces. So, with a microfiber towel. Whoa, that's a fairly aggressive spray there, Adam. Flip the towel. Got a little bit up there. Let's get that off. That's a really aggressive spray. It's going everywhere. Let's try it into the towel. Now the badge itself is 220 by 27 mil. That's that. Just going to flip the towel here. Try and find a dry side. The IPA. Flip. Like that. It's got double-sided tape on the rear face of it, and it's pretty tightly packed in plastic. That off, that goes into the bin. Okay, so that's disappointing, but around the edge, I don't know if that's a protective layer or not, maybe not. But some of the paint, the black is missing. I did see reports on, or some concerns rather, on the 7G forum about using double-sided tape So I'm just going to make sure it's centralised, not using the tape as a reference, but the edge of the plate with those two holes that you can see there, so that's pretty good there. Such a big space, isn't it? Yeah, I did see some comments on the forum being concerned about, you know, why you'd use double-sided tape in a hot engine bay, but people that have bought this previously have reported it's not a problem. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go for a bit of a drive, and using the non-contact thermometer. So at the moment we're just sitting at an ambient temperature of 32. So I'm sure taking it to a drive. I know when I got back from a drive yesterday, we were sitting at 53 degrees Celsius or something. So I'm just going to just use some rubbing alcohol and go over that. Let's go over the whole thing. Okay. I reckon that looks pretty good. What do you reckon? That's the way it should have come out of the factory. I mean, it would have cost Ford and their bloody shareholders a pittance to make these in volume. So if you're from Australia, you want to be pretty keen because, you know, the shipping is just stupidly expensive. But if you can get a group of you together, maybe there's 2, 3 or 4 of you in the same area that you can put a group buy order in, just one order, split the shipping amongst yourselves. You can have different designs. Whatever takes your fancy, but that's probably the only economical way to buy them if you're in Australia. Anyway, I reckon that's how it really should look. I do like the finish of that now, it just completes it, and that's another one I can tick off the to-do list. Just back from a drive, and it seems fine. The actual temperature of the Strut tower brace, 61 Celsius. Just there, 67. What else we got? Yeah, underneath. Yeah, 62 degrees. So the tape seems to be holding quite well. Thanks for watching, appreciate it. And you'll see me in the next video. Cheers.
Boo! Boo! That was the worst thing I ever heard.
It was terrible.
Horrendous.
Well, it wasn't that bad.
Oh, yeah?
Well, there were parts of it I liked.
Yeah, I liked a lot of it.
Yeah, it was good.
It was great.
It's wonderful.
Oh, bravo.
More.
Now can I say it?
Yep.
Go away!
Scram!
Get out of here!
Get out of here! Skedaddle! Go away!
Hamscray!
Oh, come on.
All right.
All right, some of you eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed the white line you're seeing across the inside of the bonnet there. That's actually a piece of cord which I'm using to hang the DJI Action 4 action camera from. And the camera is attached to a suction cup base, purely just to counterbalance the camera, which is because it's just hanging there on the cord, and that's giving you the overhead shot.